All right, everyone can hear me. I got good audio out there. All right, thank you. So I'm here with Steve Hillier. Steve and I have been working on our AI series and continuing it here. Let me share my screen as I get going. And a couple things to note. Everything I do, I'm using Chrome. I'm using Google Chrome. And it's important because the Bold Trail brand platform, it works best on Chrome. So keep that in mind. I know some users out there are using Safari and these other browsers. It's fine, but you're going to run into issues eventually as you use those. So what I wanted to do before we really got started is I wanted to go to our classrooms because I was getting questions this week, and it was really on topics that we've already covered. And so just as a reminder, we started off the year with 12 weeks of lead generation. And what Steve and I did was we went in here and we looked at each of the various ways that you can generate leads using mainly the free tools within the platform. Some of them are paid for, but we went through and covered that. And so I highly recommend you go back and take a look at that if you're new to the platform and are wondering how I get started and best practices. From that, we moved into the tech upgrades. As you know, we switched from KV Core to Bold Trail. And so we covered the tech upgrades. Then we moved into the Bold Trail open house. And Steve, we've gotten tremendous response on the Bold Trail open house. One of the things that really stood out was the scripting that we went over. I wasn't here for that. I was on a camping trip, but the scripting and what to say when you're in the open house, that's probably the number one takeaway from that series. So go and check that out. We tried to
actually got a comment on that this week. Chuck King, actually you can see him on the call right now, gave me a great compliment. He went back and reviewed that several times. Started doing the open houses. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, Chuck, but I think he's picked up 6 leads.
That's
just
correct.
by knowing what to say.
Very good. Thank you, Chuck.
Actually, more like 9 now. I'm using those techniques.
That's great, Chuck.
Good. Appreciate that. That's great feedback.
And what I'll say is we went over all the tools to use in what we call the Bold Trail open house. Don't get overly anxious with those tools. If you only use 2 or 3 of them, that's fine. We're just trying to show you what's available out there. Right now, open houses are huge. I think I was driving around this week. It was like a Wednesday, Steve, and I saw open house signs out. There was quite a few of them. So really, it's kind of the thing that's going on right now. And so we went in and covered best practices. And so now we're into this AI series. We've taken a step back away from using Bold Trail and best practices. But what I want to do is slow down to go fast. I like that term, especially with this, because what we're seeing is a lot of agents are using AI, but they really haven't fine-tuned their AI.
And they're not really in understanding the great value of how this process can better learn what you are. And when you ask it to create content, if you've been working in a specific AI for a period of time and asked AI to remember your past activities and bring that information or that cadence, that tone, if you will, and that cadence into your future messaging and future instructions, that's really what we're trying to create. Because everyone, if you do something on AI right now, the world, you post it, the world goes, oh, that's AI. What we're trying to do is give you the feedback to bring this tool so it's more personalized for you.
Yeah, we're trying to create, I'll say a bot, but it's not really a bot, but have your AI sound like you, talk like you, know what your business goals and objectives are, so that when you create that content, it's consistent with who you are as an agent. It sounds like a really heady thing, but in today's world of real estate, if you don't go through and do this, I can guarantee you your competition is.
Well, I'll say the same thing we keep learning in all the seminars. It's AI is not going to replace you, but the agents that learn it will.
Yes. And so the week 1 prompt is probably the most important. That's why we started it. I'll just say it is the most important. And it is having AI ask you 25 questions about your business so that it knows and understands your business goals and objectives. I said this in the week 1 video, the week 2 video, I'll repeat it today. Those 25 questions are going to be hard to answer. They're questions, many of them that you never even thought about asking about your business. Don't try and answer them all at one time. Take your time. Take 6 at a time, focus on those, answer them. I explain in detail how to answer them, best practice, put it in a Word document, put it in a note card somewhere, save it as questions about my business, whatever it is, and save that so it's a document that you can use when you are using Chat or Grok or Claude, any of the AIs out there. Go and take that document, paste it in there and say, I want you to know what my business goals and objectives are. Here's 25 questions and answers about my business. So if you go through and do that, I know a lot of people struggle with it. I've gotten a lot of calls in the last week saying, how do I answer this? I almost feel like we need to do a workshop, just a free flow discussion workshop on Zoom where we just go in and answer those questions.
Well, and I think that's a good idea, but what I'm gonna tell people, some of the things that I'm following right now is I'm starting to use Grok as more of a conversation with a friend.
Mm.
And they have some pretty advanced dialogue back. They're so polite, but the more I dialogue, the better it understands me. And I'm not overthinking it, guys. I'll even ask it questions. You go to the doctor, you're not sure what the doctor's telling you, and you ask AI. I want it to understand what's going on in my world. Just like talking to a friend, because it's going to be your digital assistant, just like what says right there, Week-4 training, AI to be your digital assistant. This is what our goal is. And going forward, you'll understand, we'll implement this and it'll meld it into what Bull Trail's doing. So your blogging's better and everything like that is on point. But this is something you've got to break through and do. And if you don't do it, you're going to get left behind.
So we covered that in week 1. Week 2, we answered the questions. Week 3, now that we had our questions answered, we had AI go in and create a business plan for us.
Yep.
And once that business plan is created, you say, I'll reference back to this business plan anytime I'm doing business planning content with you. So we're trying to make this very simple. We're not trying to get complicated with it. And so this week, what we're doing is we want our AI now to sound like us, because we don't want our AI to sound like AI.
So are we covering tonality?
Yes, we are. We're covering
Okay.
tonality. So this is my YouTube channel. And as you can see, every week I go in and I do a market update. This is the play. Ricky Carruth, Panhandle of Florida. I don't know how big his real estate team, but he's in top 100 EXP teams. He speaks on stage at the events and he says, look, every Friday at 5 o'clock, send a video update to your database. And in that, what you accomplish is you remind people you're a realtor. You're doing a video, so your face is out there. You're speaking to them. I can tell you, I was at Rayleigh's in Loomis the other day. I had someone stop me in the produce section and have a conversation with me about real estate. I had no idea who they were, Steve.
That's pretty cool.
But they watch my videos.
That's good.
They watch my videos. It was a cool experience. And so what I'm going to do is take one of these videos. This is the one that I came out with today. Hey, Alex here with you, real. And where I can play this on a little bit. This is a market update for the week of August 28th. This is for Sacramento and Placer County. Okay, I want my AI to sound like me.
Okay.
So what I want you guys to do is get this extension. So this extension just transcribe the entire video for me.
Okay. You want to step us through that?
Yeah, do.
Okay.
So it just transcribed the whole video for me. How cool is that, Steve?
Well, I'm a little mind blown, so show me.
I wanted to sound like Tom Ferry. I could pull up a Tom Ferry video and I could transcribe it. Any video out there. If I wanted to take one of your videos, matter of fact, I did that with the video you did on scripting. This is how I got the transcription down. I just hit on that transcript. So let's go in. I want to give you guys the link to this.
You gonna put that in the chat for us?
I am. Okay. So this is the link. I'm going to throw it in the chat. And again, this only works with Chrome. So I want to give this to you. It doesn't cost anything. You just add it to your Chrome extension. Of course, there's a lot more that you can do with it. That is the paid for version. But all we're doing is focusing on just getting that extension in. Okay. back to my, okay, so I have it already in. You guys are going to go and download it, add it as your extension. And in your extensions, you see I have it pinned right there. That's how it's showing up. It's one of those things that I stumbled across using AI, and so I pinned it.
Very good.
Okay, now let's get into it here. So I have my transcript. I'm going to go in to Grok, and I have the Super Grok because I pay for it. It's $20 a month. Price as Chat, Claude, they're all about $20 a month. It doesn't matter which one you use on the AIs. This is just the one I use. I'm going to go back over to my note card, and right here is my prompt. And I'll put this on the school platform so you guys have it. You don't need to write it down. I'll copy that.
What I did is I copied this, and I currently put it in my note section for my working areas when I'm on the AI platforms, and I want to copy, say, the 25 questions, and I don't want to answer them all at once. I want to be able to go back and have that working note that I constantly have the ability to reference back. I just went ahead and put that Chrome extension in there, so later today I have that access.
Nice. All right, so I just pasted the prompt in there. Analyze the following text, pinpointing its principal attributes with respect to the tone, style, writing, reading level, delivery, and tone of voice. You guys can go and read the rest of it. Okay, I have that in there. Back over, and like I say, I have the transcript, copying it.
Now I'm going to go out on a limb here. The reason you transcribed your voice is now in the transcript, you can put that into your AI, and now it understands your cadence and tone of your language. Is that what you're trying to do?
Correct. In this prompt, when you read through the prompt that I have up right there, it's telling it to analyze the following text and pinpoint my text and tone.
That's brilliant.
So I just pasted it in there. I do want to note that I put it in quotes so that it knows that that's the text that I'm talking about. Okay. Now it's thinking, and it's going to run it. And now it's understanding my text and tone based on the video I did. So a couple different steps here. Again, I'm not here to overwhelm you guys. I'm just showing you best practice tools. We should all have a YouTube channel. Is living in Placer County. I have all of 49 subscribers, but I will tell you, Steve, I get an inbound call for purchase. Your guy wants to buy $1.5 million in El Dorado Hills.
Well,
I'm meeting with him this afternoon.
That's brilliant. And let reference the power of YouTube. We're studying people in Texas and all over the United States that do successful YouTubing, and you don't have to have very big following. In fact, it's shocking such small followings. And some of the videos might get 100 views or 200 views, but that's enough to generate a closed escrow or generate a lead. You get some views up to 3,000 or 4,000, you're definitely closing escrows from that group of people watching that content.
You guys can see I don't have a lot of views on my videos. 21 views, 8 views. You know, I'm getting a lot of views on them, but I'm consistently showing up every single week and I'm doing it. And this is a guy in Reno does this, and he's got tremendous traction doing it. So back to our prompt. So talking it. So hey, here's a breakdown in this transcript. So it's gone ahead and it has analyzed it, and it says Grok here with your breakdown on the real estate transcript. Let's jump in and take a look. And so it's gone in and it has analyzed, and it says reading level is easy peasy. Guess that's a compliment towards me.
Your reading level is easy peasy.
Nothing too fancy or technical. Keeps it simple, so on and so forth.
So it's learning that you and your normal delivery keep it simple, and your is easy peasy.
Yeah, and
It's fascinating.
So the last part here is important because it says, all right, I've locked it in and I'll mimic it spot on in my replies, and so on and so forth. So now I've just programmed it.
Now, what if some of these AIs come out and they create your likeness, and then they literally can talk? There's different systems that do that. If you're constantly training your AI like this, when you start to use these tools where your image and your likeness from AI is discussing a topic, it's going to be talking like you.
Yeah.
If you don't take some of these steps, it's going to talk, but it may not really be a great reflection of you.
So with that said, now it's going to produce content as if it's talking like me. But I've also gone in and I've done an entire prompt to make it sound like Tom Ferry. So I've done this with Tom Ferry.
Okay.
And now I can go in and tell it, create this content as if you're Tom Ferry.
Oh.
And it goes in and it'll create that content. So there's are endless. You know, if I wanted to sound like Brent Gove, I could create a Brent. I mean, he's got a lot of content out there.
You got to stand on a chair.
I just stand on a chair, but the important thing is I can go in with the transcript with that extension that I just shared with you guys. I can copy it, transcribe it, copy it, run the same prompt, and then create a Brent Gove.
So some of the starting things, you're asking people to go create videos because the video content, when you transcribe it, is really the best way to create your tonality.
Yeah, you have something to base it on. So,
Okay.
so you base it on, you have to go do video.
All right.
So I have an agent right now that I'm doing one-on-one coaching with, and we did his first video this last week. I Zoom. So if you have a Zoom account, go in there, look at the clips, and that's how I do my video with this ball right here and me talking, and you can move it around. It's super easy to, but you gotta go use it. So showed the agent how to do it. He posted his first market update this week. I built out a newsletter template for him. So we put it into the newsletter template. He blogged for the first time this week because now that we've trained his AI to be his digital assistant, we went in and created 15 different you can blog on. He's like, wow. And then I showed him how to use the AI to write the blog. That sounds like him because we made it. I mean, things that you do, they add up. These small little tasks that you do, they add up. And next thing you know, you AI that is your marketing director. It writes all your script for you. It's a master's level English writing editor. The list goes on and on. I've used it to take care of some legal matters here lately. So
nice. Well, we got about 5 minutes left on this discussion. If you could go back and just recap how you got that extension,
okay,
and show people how they can start that process. One, we're giving you instructions to start doing a YouTube channel. Just do a video, even if it's just to yourself and it's private. We want to create the tonality and a script that can be created so this AI can be trained better for you. We'll get more advanced as we go through this, but we want to stay in very small steps for you guys so you actually take these steps and do it.
Exactly. In very basic foundational stuff. So this is the Chrome extension.
Okay.
And when you take the link that I put in the chat, this is where you go. You just add it.
Okay.
And extensions are up here. These are my various extensions. There is a KV Core extension to update it, but very simple.
Okay.
We're not making this complicated, guys. You just need to go through and do it. And I'll put all these links in the video when I post the video. And once you have that in there, you go to your YouTube, and I can choose any one of these. We do I have a good one. Let's go to my channel, and I can take this one. This is from 2 months ago.
Well, why Alex is great. Then we hold your questions till next the next Q&A section. But I have something I'd like to share. You guys, everybody out there, Alex does some really great one-on-one training and some coaching. So if you do find yourself needing a little extra assistance and what we're doing on Bold Trail doesn't quite get you where you need to touch, what I'm saying. So just get a hold of Alex directly. He's got a couple different services he can offer you guys. And agents are taking advantage. His calendar's filling up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to help everybody. So we know everyone can go on a Bold Trail Academy and revisit this and kind of techniques. But if you really feel like you need that in-touch personal connect with directly.
Thank you. Yeah, it's calendar is filling up and it's rewarding. We've been at this for 4 years now. So we're getting traction with it.
Okay.
So yeah, you get transcript, you copy it, then you go in and you run that prompt. And I will say this, again, don't want to complicate it, but if you have multiple videos that you've done, you could take those multiple transcripts and 3 or 4 in there at the same time. And the more script that it analyzes, the more it'll sound like you.
Good.
So the more data you feed into it, the accurate it'll be. So that's where I have for you guys for today. Like I say, I'm trying to keep it super simple. and post this on YouTube on my other channel, and it'll also be in the school platform.
All right, well, let's cut the recording and then we're going to open this up for a little bit of Q&A in the next session, everyone. So if you got some questions, put them in the chat.